Christmas night had a way of making loneliness louder. Outside, snow covered the empty highway like a white blanket, stretching endlessly through the quiet American countryside. Inside a small, nearly forgotten roadside diner, Emma sat in a corner booth with her 2 children pressed close to her sides. Their cheeks were red from the cold, their hands buried deep in their pockets. The neon, "Open" sign flickered weakly above the window, but there was barely anyone left inside. Emma checked her phone again. No signal. The car had broken down miles back, the engine giving up with one final cough. Towing companies were closed for the holiday, and hotels nearby were far beyond what she could afford. Since her husband had passed away the year before, money had always been tight. Christmas was already hard enough. Ending it stranded on a dark highway felt crueler than she could explain. Her son tried to be brave, staring at the tabletop instead of asking questions. Her younger daughter leaned against Emma's arm, half asleep. Emma wrapped her coat tighter around them both, pretending everything was fine even though fear whispered in her chest. The waitress had been kind, refilling their cups and offering extra fries, but the diner would close soon. Then what? As the last customer paid and left, the bell above the door rang sharply, echoing through the empty room. The silence that followed felt heavy. Emma's heart began to beat faster. She glanced around, unsure what would happen next. That was when she noticed him. He sat alone at the counter, tall and broad-shouldered, wearing a weathered jacket that looked like it had seen many miles. His posture was calm but alert, as if he never truly relaxed. When he turned, his eyes were steady and observant, not intrusive, not careless. He noticed Emma immediately, and more importantly, he noticed the children. After a moment, he stood and walked toward their booth, stopping a respectful distance away. "Ma'am," he said quietly, his voice low and controlled, "I don't mean to interrupt, but it's pretty late to be out here on Christmas." Emma stiffened, instinctively pulling her kids closer. "Our car broke down," she replied cautiously. "We're just figuring things out." The man nodded, as if he already understood more than she had said. "This stretch of road isn't safe after dark," he added. "And the weather's getting worse." Emma swallowed. She wanted help, but she had learned to be careful. Too careful, maybe, but life had taught her that trust came at a price. The man seemed to sense her hesitation. He lifted his hand slightly, not in surrender, but in reassurance. "My name's Jack," he said. "I'm former Navy SEAL. I'm not here to scare you. I just don't like seeing a family alone like this." Emma searched his face for anything that felt wrong. Instead, she saw weariness, discipline, and something softer beneath it, concern that felt real. "You don't have to decide right away," Jack continued gently. "But if you'll come with me, I can get you somewhere warm and safe for the night." The children looked up at Emma, hope flickering in their tired eyes. Outside, the wind howled against the windows, as if reminding her there were worse choices than taking a leap of faith. Emma took a slow breath, her heart pounding. Christmas miracles weren't supposed to be real, but maybe, just maybe, this was the moment when one began. Emma hesitated for several long seconds, listening to the quiet hum of the diner and the distant wind outside. Every instinct told her to protect her children at all costs, yet another voice, small but persistent, whispered that this man was different. She finally nodded, her grip tightening around her kids' hands. "All right," she said softly. "But please, my children come first." Jack's expression didn't change, but something warm flickered in his eyes. "Always," he replied. Outside, the cold air cut sharply through their coats. Jack's pickup truck was parked under a buzzing streetlight, thick tires dusted with snow. Before opening the doors, he checked the surroundings, one quick, practiced scan that didn't go unnoticed by Emma. It wasn't fear, it was habit, years of training that never truly faded. Inside the truck, the heat was already on. Jack reached behind the seat and handed them clean blankets and sealed snack packs. No questions, no explanations, just quiet preparation. The children relaxed almost immediately, their small shoulders dropping as warmth returned to their bodies. Emma felt something inside her loosen for the first time that night. As they pulled onto the highway, Jack kept his speed steady, careful. He told them only what mattered. There was a Veterans Outreach Center about 20 minutes away, normally quiet, but fully open for Christmas night. Volunteers, hot food, safe beds. "A lot of us don't like being alone on holidays either," he said simply. Emma stared out the window at the passing lights, her eyes stinging. My husband served, she said after a while. He didn't make it home. Jack's hands tightened slightly on the steering wheel, then relaxed. I'm sorry, he said. Nothing more. He didn't push, didn't cry. Somehow, that made the words feel heavier and kinder. The center sat at the end of a wide lot, glowing with string lights and decorated trees. Laughter drifted out through the doors, warm and real. As soon as they stepped inside, volunteers welcomed them like long-lost family. Someone crouched to greet the children at eye level. Someone else gently took Emma's coat. Hot cocoa appeared in their hands before they could ask. Emma felt overwhelmed, her eyes filling as the weight of the last year pressed against her chest. Grief, worry, exhaustion, emotions she had held together through sheer will, finally cracked. She sat down as her kids were led away to choose blankets and watch a Christmas movie. Jack stayed back, speaking quietly with the coordinator. Emma noticed him reach into his wallet and slide something across the desk. The coordinator tried to refuse. Jack shook his head once. Firm. Final. A few minutes later, Jack approached Emma. They'll take care of you here, he said. Your car too. I talked to someone who can help in the morning. Emma stood, unsure what to say. I don't know how to thank you. Jack gave a small, almost shy smile. Just keep going, he said. That's enough. As he turned to leave, Emma noticed a folded note left beside her cup. Inside were a few $100s and simple words written in steady handwriting. No family should ever feel forgotten on Christmas night. Emma held the note close, understanding at last. Some heroes come quietly and leave before you can even say goodbye.